It's complicated, but reality is actually complex. Complicated is we can manage all the variables, but there's just a lot of them. Complex is we have real uncertainty, and there are new emergent variables, and they're dynamically shifting their relationship to each other. Reality is actually complex, and we create complicated systems within and without and between us to deal with that complexity. But at some point, we get challenged. And part of what I think we need to face, that was a distinction from Snowden. Part of what we need to face, and this comes out in my conversations with Jordan Hall and others, and this is something we're now discovering in biology. So you can evolve a trait, like this creature's going to be faster, or taller, or something like that. But what we're now realizing, and this is, what is it, Owen Gilbert? Yeah, I always get the names the wrong way around, right? You can also evolve your evolvability, which is you can evolve so you can evolve faster or better than other species.
Really? So you can mate with someone who evolves well and make a hyper.
Let's just, you just brought something up there. Okay, for billions of years, organisms are single-celled and they reproduce asexually. They just divide, right? Mm-hmm. Human beings reproduce sexually. Sexuality reshuffles the genetic deck so we get more variation. And with more variation, evolution speeds up. So one of the reasons sex becomes pervasive is because it makes you more evolvable as a species. And now, using that analogy, we have to learn to become. We have to stop just. We shouldn't stop. I'm going to become stronger or braver. Traits. We have to keep doing that, but we have to do this higher order thing. We have to evolve our evolvability right now, because the way things are complexifying is accelerating dramatically.
Yeah. Well, especially in the U.S. I mean, it's like we've become, America's always been kind of it's always been like a diversifying landscape, Very. I think a lot of people, I know it's been tough for my mother and for people of her generation because they had like this idea of America. Right?
Yes, yeah.
And like of what it stood for and the things we fought for and the things that our brothers and sisters died for, all of that.
Yeah.
And those things, a lot of those things now, people look at them and the news will scoff at those things.
Or sneer, yes.
Yes, even sneer, not even take into account that some of these people
died,
or that their loved ones had to witness them die. Like, and a lot of those people start to lose their hope,
Yeah, they lose orientation, right?
Completely lose orientation, which is crazy. Yeah. Like that's how much comfortable landscape or commonalities mean to people.
See, the landscape doesn't have to be comfortable. They were willing to go to war.
That's a good point.
The landscape has to be navigatable. And navigation is not something you can do primarily on your own, right? You have to obviously move yourself around,
right?
But you have to be oriented, and other people have to cooperate in the orientation with you, and you help each other, and that's how you navigate a landscape. And because of what you just said, we're losing. Another way of talking about the meaning crisis, not being at home, domiciled, is people are feeling increasingly disoriented. They don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
They don't know what they should be doing. And so what they do is they fall into things by default. And I'm not criticizing anybody.
No, this is normal.
They fall
into safety
mechanism. I just keep on keeping on, and I just do what I've been doing.
That's where I think a lot of people are right now.
Yeah.
Not only older folks, but younger folks as well. They're just wondering what I used to think I was part of something. Now I don't feel like that anymore. Looking out for just myself doesn't feel good.
So it's very small.
Yeah.
Right? It's very, very small.
Yeah. It feels really small. I mean, I think there's moments of it where it's nice in a way where you're like, oh, I'm going to have some self-confidence.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to achieve.
You have to have self-care. Yes.
But man, it feels very lonely.